Louisiana beer reviews. We are looking at Freigeist Ehrenfelder. I'll get it right in a minute. It's 5:58 a.m. Okay, so about 2 minutes to 6. Little breakfast edition. So I have these Quaker brand bits. Put some hot sauce on them. Already put the black pepper. Great value. I mean, for what you're getting, it's a pretty great value. Frankly. Now, put some of this Manda hot hog's head cheese in there. Got a little left. Finish off this week. Got the refrigerator running here in the background. Freigeistian is kind of like Scary Ghost. It's the brand name. Scary Ghost beer culture, German beer, Ehrenfelder. That's a neighborhood in Cologne. The experimental offshoot of Cologne's revolutionary small brewery, roasty. And it says, we strive to break the chains of industrial brewing by reviving and updating Germany's unique historical beer styles. Hoppy, rich, roasty, and with a hint of smokiness. So let's see if it pans out. Hoppy, rich, roasty, and with a hint of smokiness. Ehrenfelder is a unique unfiltered version of the classic Alt beer of Düsseldorf. And they said on the Shelton Brothers website that it was a no-no to bring in a beer style from a different town to brew it in another town. So like bringing in a Düsseldorf beer into Cologne is like considered sort of improper. In America it's not really that way. Okay, Zell am Main, Germany. It's brewed at Brauerei Guller. Okay, so product of Germany. And I bought this 22-ounce bottle, 16.9-ounce bottle, 500 milliliter bottle at Cuban Liquor. Cuban Liquor on Perkins Road, Louisiana Highway 427 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And they had a pretty interesting selection of brandy as well, but you know, it'd be like 3 or 4 brandies a year at the most to review because it takes so long to drink through them. I can, you know, sip a little bit every day, but can't handle too much of it. Alright, so already prayed. Cream colored head. This is the first English video review for this beer in the world. I did notice that there was a German language video. Okay, cream colored, and the appearance is brown. Now they were saying on another site that this style is kind of like what you would call a brown ale. Okay, and it's got that reddish brown thing going. A lot darker than, say, Newcastle brown ale. Smells like a brewery. You know, like they have beer spilled on the floor and stuff, and it's old, and it's got that brewery smell. A little smoke, maybe a hint, like they're saying. Dark malts, roasty, dark brown bread. So it's an interesting aroma. 4.8% alcohol is pretty mild for a 6 a.m. morning call. has some similarities to Newcastle though, with the tea-like qualities. And I noticed with, when I bought those 2 10-packs of Newcastle, when I got that real good deal in New Orleans, I just kept noticing the tea. And some people were saying, it tastes like nothing. I said, no, Newcastle doesn't taste like nothing. I mean, you may not like the taste, but to me it had a lot of flavors. Sweetness, some like syrupiness, and the tea. Okay, this beer only has 9 ratings on Beer Advocate, so it's not enough for a score. But I calculated what they did have, and it came up to like a 78 out of 100. 42 out of 100 on rate beer and 44 out of 100 for the style, so it's not highly rated. And if I recall, Newcastle's not too highly rated. There's a dry powdery note, some raisin, plum, or even prune. A little woody kind of thing. Interesting lacing. The foam is different. It's like almost semi soft drink foam. Of course, you know that fizzes right away. Zzz, and it's gone. Unfiltered, so I would assume. Oh, and I would assume correctly. It looks like there's a glob of chocolate at the bottom. I can't get through all of this for this review, but you know what's going to happen when I do the swish and pour. What I have here that's already murky is going to just become totally opaque and milky, and it'll probably give it a richer, yeastier flavor. That would be my guess. I'll be curious to read the written reviews because I don't see what the complaint would be about this beer. Goes pretty well with these grits and hogshead cheese. Rich, roasty, hoppy. Now the smokiness, hint, the rich roastiness, I get hoppy. I don't know about that. There might be some rounding hop bitterness just to round the beer out, so it's not overly sweet and super malty and kind of off-putting. But I don't think too many people would drink this in their first thing that they would say would be it's hoppy. It's got that olive green to brown bottle, that European bottle. Maybe it's a little more brown than your typical olive green, but from looking with the sun coming outside, it does have that green thing. This is the second Scary Ghost beer I've had, and I think they do a good job. So was it, I believe, $4.99 for the bottle, or maybe $3.99. I have the receipt if you need to know. It's a winner. It's probably 3.5 to 4 sugar cubes out of 5 on the Cyclops scale. I'm going to say 1 out of 5 hop cones. I don't know where the bitterness is, but I was looking for a date. I don't see any date, guys. So this thing could be so old that the hops faded. Doesn't taste old though. I've had beers that are 3 or 4 years old and they'll taste old and moldy and cellared and just old. beer has an old stale taste after a while. It's not too pleasant. This does not have that. Still, after a year, let's say it's a year old, the hops would fade more than likely, but I don't think it ever really was too much of a hoppy beer. Maybe people just say that today because this is the era of the hops, you know, whatever. But kind of a watery to medium, light to medium mouthfeel, fairly crisp finish, fairly not super crisp, not super dry, but not dirty really. It's going to be dirty when I switch and pour this. So the coffee's good, dark roast, and this breakfast is working out fine. Probably could have put some onions in it. And we'll go with a B. So click, click, click. We'll go with an A. Solid A. I do like these very malty beers. Interesting German beer style. So I'm going to say solid A. I don't get the low ratings. A little more smoke is coming out as it's warming, I think. So, ladies and gentlemen, Monton Relay, a winner, a winner, a winner, a winner. And y'all come on down to New Orleans.